Hello, it's me again, Adam Iobst, 18 Realty LLC, and I'm going to be talking to you today about purchasing short sales, properties at foreclosure auctions, and real estate owned properties. Before I get started, let me first tell you a few things. I'm going to be expressing my opinions today on these issues, on these type of sales. I'm going to be speaking from my experience and the statistical data that I track in MRIS every month. But it's important that if you plan on considering, or if you're considering purchasing a property like this, that you get a second opinion on these things. There's a lot of resources available to you on the internet, as well as some great contacts that I'd be happy to provide you, real estate professionals in the areas, lawyers that can answer the details on your particular questions. Now that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First, a short sale. A short sale occurs when a property owner is unable to pay their current mortgage and has to sell their property. They contact their lender, and hopefully they'll get permission from the lender to sell it as a short sale. The sale process will occur, and then the payoff to the bank will be less than what's owed on the mortgage. That's what a short sale is in a nutshell. Okay, now let's talk about buying a short sale from the buyer's perspective. The first thing that you want to do when you're a buyer, particularly a first-time home buyer, is that you hire a buyer's agent who's familiar with short sale purchases. It's a different type of transaction, and it's important that you're working with somebody who understands the transaction. First thing I'd recommend you do is find out how many lien holders there are on the property, how many banks are involved in the sale of the property. If the seller has more than one loan against the property, there are several cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. So if you can identify a short sale that has only one bank has the mortgage against the property, that's going to be an easier transaction than one that has several banks that have loans against the property. The second thing that you want to do is discuss with your mortgage lender, the lender who's going to be providing you the loan, the particulars of purchasing a short sale. Because the transactions can take longer, it's important that you understand your options in terms of locking in an interest rate if you want to, and what other repercussions there may be for a short sale purchase. Build in a few options for you to cancel the contract. You want to protect your interests by securing your position as the primary offer to purchase the property, but at the same time allow yourself some options to cancel the contract if you find something else. The contingencies in the contract are oftentimes based on the date of ratification. That's the date that the seller and the buyer agree to the terms to the terms of the sale. What I recommend you do in your offer is to not have the contingencies based on the date of ratification, but instead on the date of lien holder approval. What that does is delay your home inspection contingency or your financing contingencies, all of the other contingencies in the offer, until after the bank approves the deal. Another thing that you want to take a look at is pre-approved short sales. Some of the listings that you'll see in the database may be listed as pre-approved, and what that means is that the process has already gone through to the bank approval, and for whatever reason the buyers that were the first offer have decided to back out of the contract. So now the property is fully available again, and the bank has already approved some of the terms and the sales price. So those are being offered as pre-approved short sales, and those can be closed in about 30 days. Submit a reasonable offer. The banks speak numbers. And if your offer is dramatically less than what the list price is, there's a good chance that you'll be waiting for 3 or 4 months only to have them come back with something that's a lot closer to market value. So make a reasonable offer. The banks will not accept offers at half price, for example. The bottom is not falling out of the market. We are starting to see increase in buyer demand, and the banks are selling these things for reasonable prices. Now, you can get a good deal, but you're not going to get a steal. Most likely the banks will accept something in the ballpark of 5 to 10% below list, but not 50%. Alright, and with that, I've summarized what it is to sell and purchase a short sale property. I know there's some particular questions that I haven't addressed or particular issues. It's a complicated process and no two short sales are the same. So if you have any particular questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. You're welcome to call or email me. My contact information is on the website.